Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Mrs. M, and if you haven't, make sure you click the link below to subscribe to my channel. That way you receive everything you need to do to grow your cleaning business to 6 figures and beyond. Welcome. So today I am going to really focus on staying focused. Focus on staying focused. So when I first got started, that was what was one of the biggest challenges for me. I would start with figuring out how I was going to employ the employees. And then I would start on my QA, how I was going to do my, inspections. Then I start on the checklist, and I was all everywhere because I wasn't focused on one thing. So if I were to give you any advice on what you need to do is when it comes to the area of attraction, acquisition, and retention, it really makes a difference if you focus. I received a phone call yesterday from a young lady, and she was looking for us to help her do her bidding. She is a student of ours, and we haven't worked with her in quite a while, and she's actually growing her business and doing pretty well. She's in the North Carolina area. But the question she kept asking me was on bidding. She had like a 27,000 square foot, I think she was doing a post-construction. And she was saying how this particular guy was really, really particular, and she didn't know how to start her bid, and she was kind of all over the place. So I asked her, what are you doing in between? Are you making sure that you're like really learning how to bid? Or are you focusing on what you need to do to come up with your checklist? So in other words, it goes back to making sure that you build your foundation. Then you're not having to put fires out every single time someone calls you for something. So if I were to give you any advice on what you need to do is build your foundation. Make sure you have your checklist. Make sure you have your contracts. Make sure you have your proposals. Everything you need. So when the phone rings and they're asking for a quote, like they were doing with her yesterday, you can take your time and you can only concentrate on giving them the bid. All the other things, all your checklists and everything else is already taken care of. Now, when I mention that to her, what she normally does is she'll like, yeah, I know I need that, but she gives all these excuses on what she needs to do. And I was like that in the beginning. So if I got a phone call, I would then rush and put the fires out and make sure I had to do this, and this. But you need to have basic fundamentals things already taken care of before you start doing your bidding. I would suggest you have a checklist, check off. I would suggest you have a template for a proposal, check off. I would suggest that you have your elevator pitch ready when someone asks you who you are, what you do, and why should they buy from you. You need to be able to actually convey that in 30 seconds or less. You need to have an intro letter so that when you've gone on your walkthrough, you can then send them something saying, thank you for allowing me to walk through, and then have an intro letter that you send to them, an introduction letter that you send to them along with your proposal. It should be a part of your proposal package. You need to make sure that you have all of these things ready so that when the phone rings or someone's visiting your website and they're looking for your quote, you're already ready to have everything systematized where you go from your answering the quote to replying to them that this is the time frame you're ready for your walkthrough, what you need to make sure you have when you go do your walkthrough, and what you need to do when you do your proposal and submit your contract. This is the basics that you need to have. So that way when the phone rings, you're not running around putting out fires like I used to do when I first got started. And this young lady, when she called me yesterday, she was doing the same thing. So I want to make sure that you do that. And if you want to know more about really scaling your business and actually getting 10 times more customers than you do normally, then make sure you sign up for my masterclass, which is 10 times more cleaning customers within 30 days masterclass. I love the interaction. I had a great class last week. Love it, love it, love it. Love the interaction. We do the Q&A, answer your questions on this and more. How do I do the interviews? How do I get the customers that are ready to buy from me right now? How do I retain my customers? How do I know what to do to get my employees? Do I hire their employees before I have contracts? These are the questions that we get on a regular basis. So if this sounds like you and you love to learn from us, me, what you need to do to grow your business, get 10 times more cleaning customers than you could even imagine in 30 days, then make sure you sign up for the masterclass. And like I said, it's a live event, so space is limited. So click and register below, and I'd love to see you there. And until next time, be safe and take care. Bye-bye.